We're back with the King of Mondays. He just fell off, but we're still back with the King of Mondays. That always happens. It's okay. Tonight's episode is The Woman Who Refused to Let Anyone Live in Darkness, the Extraordinary Life of Patricia Bath. We did a whole article in detail on her life, and I have it on Landscurve X or landscurve.com. And here we are again with
I did that.
Frazier. Yeah, we are live, and we're glad to be back.
Okay.
You, brother. The King of Mondays.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Well, it feels good to be. Yeah, man, it's great, man. I had a good weekend. A lot of things going on. This time of year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And San Francisco is one of the biggest cities for these celebrations. So, but yeah, I got out, got my hike in last night, got a chance to kick it up with some people I hadn't seen in a minute, and just, trying to keep things moving forward.
Right.
How about you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Just want to welcome on in Sister Queen Diane, and rightly so.
Hello, Queen Diane.
Yes.
Rightly so. Greetings.
Go a long way back. But everything is good, man. Staying focused, and
yeah,
I want to do more. But this last couple of days, I had a lot of other things to pull me away. Constructive things that I'm doing. But
yeah,
the next few days should be really intense.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So
we got to keep movement keeps you young. When you move,
it does.
And keep your mind going and keep moving.
Yeah.
And it's not about young, because we can never, first of all, we can never be chronologically what we were at 20 years old, but it will keep us youthful.
Facts.
The act of
that's a better,
for something. Yeah. The act of reaching for something worthwhile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nothing.
And you know what?
Nothing. Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't, excuse me for cutting you off, but I was just thinking about what you said. Like life is like a cycle. When you reach a certain age, then it's like, with all things given, if you haven't been completely taken out by the system.
Right.
But you kind of go back to that youthfulness, and it reinvigorates you. And it's like a cycle.
And you can never go back if you build righteously, because understand, once you're a second grader and complete the second grade curriculum, you can be scared of the third grade all you want, but you're now a third grader. You see what I mean? So when you get to the third grade level, certain things are new to you, but it resets and you start all over again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like,
that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, whoever invented steps, when you think about it, to get from this point up to the next floor, how do we do it? You do it in steps. You put one foot in front of the other, and that's the way we should approach life. Where something seems insurmountable, we got to take it and break it down in increments, bite-sized pieces.
Great point. Great point. And that lesson comes from nature. Nature is our blueprint for that. If certain things, if it's not, the seed is not planted in fertile soil, it doesn't get the rain or the water and the vitamin D that it needs, guess what? The next step ain't happening. So, you have to fulfill the step, or like I like to say, grow where you're planted. You have to complete this step. If for some people, and this is the way we've been taught, you want to jump all the way over the process. And I've heard people make this argument about one of the reasons why Black people have issues sustaining relationships is that Black women tend to want the finished product, where there are some women, particularly, what we see, the white women with the professional athletes, a lot of them have been knowing each other since high school, before they even achieved anything. And I'm not making a blanket statement. I'm just saying these are some of the things that, some of the conversations that have come out of what you just said. And it's important. And again, I want to greet you, brother, and I want to greet the family. It's good to be with you guys as always on Mondays, because it's important to stay plugged into. Just like if you unplug a TV or a device, the energy is gone from it. So every now and then you have to kind of re-energize, and that happens for me every Monday. So I'm just excited because this series really does point to, it puts a spotlight on some of the real issues that we have building our structure now. Because it's not just about boycotting somebody, it's like how you're going to fill the vacuum. Or like the show we did, what's going to happen when you can't employ your own people? Well, you've always had the ability to do that. You just had to redirect your wealth to each other. And you're going to have to learn how to do that in relationships as well. And so, yeah, this sister today, man, she's at the top of the food chain as well. And as always, we'll let you start out, since she is your homegirl and a brilliant, brilliant lady. You know, Harlem has always been one of the Black Mecca, along with, you know, places like Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston. You know, you can go around the country and you have certain places that have produced an excellence that's unmatched in the world. And certainly the sister that we're talking about today is a very good example for our young sisters. All right, brother, I'll let you take it away with your banner. Yes. Wow.
These words a little way here so we can see the full thing. And
of course, there be light. Right there.
And the woman who refused to let anyone live in darkness. Right?
That's right.
Bath. Yeah. And again, there's just so much that I'll let you go into the detail, but you can see from what was put up on the banner that it wasn't just a one-trick pony.
Exactly. Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I always try to put the visual of what they've done instead of just putting it up in words, because if children see this, they'll understand it more and they'll be more intrigued to listen in on it if they run across this on the internet. And
yeah, and it's very professional the way you do the banners. That's important. I agree.
Yes, you know, thank you. But you know, it's a shame, man, that even with her being from Harlem and her transitioning just 7 years ago,
recently,
that I really didn't know her.
You didn't?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean when you say you didn't know her? What do you mean when you say you didn't know her?
Yeah, to do the research in depth of her impact.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anything I saw of her was minimized. And again, like I said, we said before we started the show, that anytime we experience what they call Black History Month, not to knock those they focus on, but they bring out the same people where we're so
same people.
Yeah.
On
and
purpose. Same people.
But they need to take their place alongside with the other ones. And like you said, that's by design.
Absolutely.
So I'm proud that she's a Harlemite. Technically, I was born on 152nd Street, right?
I know.
Amsterdam, St. Nick, where Convent Avenue begins, but that's just a few blocks above the borderline of Harlem. But that's Washington Heights. And so, like I said, that's my root. That's where I come from. That feel. That not, I won't even say swag, because this is a very serious thing. There's so many great Harlemites who've taken their craft so seriously. And still do.
That is a fact. Yeah.
Even the way the sisters and brothers would dress back in the day. Sharp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You didn't, when you went out, you had to go sharp. When you went to school, you had to be the best. If you were a fighter, you had to be the best. If all you did was sweep floors, you had to do it with style. You had to do it the best. If you saw the barbershops, and this is, I'm not going off the topic, but you see the barbershops in Harlem, and you see the barbers, the way they hold the blade, and they make sure the cut is good, and everything is fresh, everything was good, and that mentality
Perfection
in your heart, the way she did with her excellence. She's not a barber.
Yes.
She did something a whole lot different that impacted the world. But the bottom line is the pride that we have. And I ask today, with a lot of, not just the young folks, but a lot of us who are older, who fell off, what happened to the pride? Brother, I can tell. We've never met face to face, but I know I've been within close proximity to you. I probably passed you in the street, in the store,
especially in Jamaica, Queens.
Exactly. There's no way, right? But you have
no way.
That. You've been all over the country living, but you have that. It's a Black pride thing. It's no matter what is against us, we're gonna look good. We're gonna keep ourselves
absolutely.
Good. You only have one pair of pants, or you got one skirt. You're gonna keep that thing looking good, and you're gonna walk with pride. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, you do too, brother. You carry that same, and it's important for us, to actually do what we're doing to present this in terms of remembering look, Black people have the greatest history, not just in America, but throughout the world. It's just that they have hidden it so well. Now, part of that, we know what that comes from, the jealousy, enviousness, or, they want people to think, well, we created everything. The black folks, they basically work the fields. No, brother. And the inventions that we're talking about affect the whole world, not just America.
Exactly.
We're talking about, so you're talking about a lady that was born in 1940s Harlem that still faced, because a lot of people don't know, and you know this better than me, Lance, how in New York, it was a different type of racism.
Right.
In the North. In the South, it was like in your face. It was part of the laws. Yeah, it was part of the society, the social laws, right? The black codes. But in New York, you guys faced a type of discrimination from who ran, a large part of the financial districts, primarily Wall Street. And just like people that come into this country, they run a beeline to the Black community, and then they take credit for everything, not just the fiat, but they build generational wealth off of us. And the point I wanted to make with this sister right here is she had to end up going to Europe actually to perfect this great groundbreaking invention we're going to talk about today. But just a few things. Now, there are 28 to 30 million people, that's hard to believe, that actually annually get some form of laser cataract treatment. Okay. Now, this invention that the way she found out was she did her internship at Harlem Hospital, right?
I know it well.
And oh yeah, I know you do. And then right down the street, Columbia Hospital or Columbia University Hospital, the white people there were twice as many blind people or people going blind in Harlem Hospital as it was in Columbia University, where the white people were, right? So here we go back to this thing where the fundamental thing that they have taken from us is, as the leaders and rulers of the planet, our sense of duty and mission. They have completely destroyed that. Okay. And so when we reach back in history and resurrect the spirit of our great sister, like Dr. Patricia Bath, then literally it's like when you hear, oh, thank you, Creatrix. This is a perfect example of how when we learn religion, that things are focused on man and imagery instead of the creative creatrix spirit. Now, when I hear "Let there be light," then I look at the manifestation through a sister like this who said, "No, it's too many black people that are going blind. I'm going to do something about this." You see? So when they have our young sisters focused on their Instagram modeling image and career, not that I'm saying anything against that, but this all eyes on me, because in order to achieve what she achieved, you're gonna have to spend some solitary time, okay? And she was so serious about it. She went to Europe. She was not going to be deterred, right? And she said, "Well, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to fulfill this dream and this purpose for what I was created." And this is where the visceral for Black women come in, and why they have a lot of our own brothers attacking our women. Now, again, it works both ways. If you do something that deserves to be attacked, then so be it, right? Like the old adage, you reap what you sow. So let's start out and look at some of the accolades of our sister and look at how she impacted, again, not just America, but the world. So, brother, you want to start out with that picture? It's a beautiful picture. It has the green, yellow, and red colors. The traditional, beautiful, beautiful picture. And we see our sister there, a visionary pioneer in ophthalmology. Dr. Patricia Bath was the first woman to chair an ophthalmology residency program in the United States. And see, a lot of times we jump over stuff. It didn't say she was the first Black woman to chair a ophthalmology residency program in the United States. She was the first woman. Okay. Now, if you don't know how significant that is, then you need to think about the structure of the United States, how they hold women back, Black people back. But here's a Black woman. So she got double jabs coming at her. And again, a lot of times we jump past the significance of these achievements of our great ancestors. Okay. Many times it was done with opposite. It wasn't done, say, in a Columbia University laboratory. It was done at Harlem Hospital, which is similar to, say, a Grady Hospital. Well, they put a lot of money into Grady Hospital. That's not a good comparison. But if you look at some of the other hospitals in the inner cities, particularly in places like Chicago, Detroit, you see, I remember that back, I think it was in the 1950s, there were something like 40 Black hospitals in Detroit. I might have the figures off a little bit. And now it's only one in every major Black city, if that. So let's talk about some of her accolades. Not only was she the first woman to chair an ophthalmology residency program in the United States, but she also, she also became the first woman ophthalmologist on the faculty of UCLA's Jules Stein Eye Institute. Okay, so we're not talking about small achievements here. This was a sister that was laser focused, no pun intended, on what her mission was. And I always like to use these times when we're looking at our great ancestors and resurrecting their spirits on the fact that, what if they had given up? What if they had said, okay, well, you know what? Yeah, Black people might be suffering from cataract problems at a higher significant rate than other people. But, that's not my concern. I'm just going to go ahead in my field and, I'm going to make this fiat and do what I do, and the hell with black people. And see, this is what they have done to us today. This sense of mission, or use the word pride. You have to. You have to have that in order to accomplish the things like our great sister accomplished. As we said earlier, early life and education. She was born in Harlem, New York. Bath showed exceptional talent in science from a young age. She earned a bachelor's degree from Hunter College and an MD from Howard University College Medicine before specializing in ophthalmology. A little bit about her legacy. Bath dedicated her career to preventing blindness and reducing disparities in healthcare. She co-founded the American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness and advocated for the idea that eyesight is a basic human right. And her inventions continue to influence modern ophthalmology and current cataract surgery worldwide. She was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame and the National Women's Hall of Fame in recognition of her groundbreaking contributions to medicine and innovation. Her story is widely celebrated as an example of scientific excellence, perseverance, and the power of innovation to improve lives. Now, let's just look at some of the areas where she, before we get into her groundbreaking invention, let's just look at some of the things that her invention impacted. So her research, Lance, if you want to go to that picture with her in the lab with her invention. Yes. All right. Great. So in the 1970s, her research, she found that Black Americans were significantly more likely to experience blindness than white Americans, as I was saying earlier. This difference was linked largely to unequal access to eye care, delayed diagnoses and treatment, and broader social and economic disparities, but not because of race itself. Many cases of blindness from conditions such as cataracts and glaucoma, which Black people suffer at a higher rate, could have been prevented or treated with timely medical care. These findings help motivate Dr. Bath to advocate for better access to eye care and to develop improved surgical technology, including the laser-phaco probe, in which she was the first Black woman to receive a patent for a medical invention. Before her invention, Black people in the United States experienced higher rates of blindness than white people. But again, as we said, the main reasons were disparities in healthcare access and treatment rather than biological differences. All right, let's look at a few other things. So cataract surgery is one of the most frequently performed procedures globally. Think about this. Approximately 130 million living people, wow, have benefited from cataract procedures performed worldwide. Let me say that again. Because see, when they throw around these terms like low IQ and all this garbage to put Black people down, and then I got to listen to Black people. I don't know if they pay these people or not. I couldn't imagine someone just doing this on their own, attacking our sisters, and everybody has a bad side. Okay, I can if I go through the life of every individual alive on the planet over just the age of 21, I can find at least 5 things that, they would either be ashamed of or wouldn't want the world to know. So let's stop these points where we're trying to destroy our sisters. Approximately 130 million living people have benefited from cataract procedures performed worldwide, thanks to this sister you see sitting in a lab that probably didn't have all the equipment they had at Columbia University. But like Black people in our legacy, she made it happen. Okay. And out of the roughly 28 to 30 million cataract surgeries, wow, performed annually. Wow, that is crazy. 28 to 30 million cataract surgeries performed annually. Globally, cataracts remain the leading cause of blindness and moderate vision impairment, affecting over 100 million people. Wow, so again, thank you, brother. So again, we have to look at the greatness of our people, because if we continue with the talking points that they put out about our people, then we're never going to be able to move the next generation forward. And unfortunately, because every generation of Black people in this country have to fight just to survive, that's part of what we forget. And where other groups get an upper hand on us, where they, and this is not a knock against our people. We know all of the factors that contribute to this, but what I'm saying is we can do better, okay? You don't have to go back and try to right what you call wrongs, or what they call wrongs, which are really not wrongs. But let's just continue with this. And I often ask the question, if our young Black women knew this, or looked up to, or were inspired by someone like Dr. Patricia Bath, how many of them you think would continue to? And see, it goes way beyond not just the image and the stature and the things that she has achieved as a Black woman coming up in the Jim Crow era, literally in Harlem, but what she proved could be done. Okay, and just like we always use the comparisons, I think last time I used Michelle Obama when she was saying, when this young girl was saying, well, she was saying how she became the young woman that she became, and why she wanted to chase her goals is Michelle Obama came from the South Side of Chicago, and if she can do it, I could do it. She said that out of her own mouth. So a lot of times, just like with Muhammad Ali, of course, my cousin Joe, a lot of great boxers throughout history. George Foreman, you look at, what's his name, Sugar Ray Leonard, all these great athletes that have stood out and challenged the system and showed us that you can still be successful. This is where we need to start revigorating this energy again. We have a great and storied history, but again, they keep us focused on emotionalism, so we can't focus on what we need to. So Patricia Bath had a major impact on eye care around the world. You notice they don't just focus on America, right? Every time they talk about this particular invention and her impact on the world, it's globally. She had an impact on eye care around the world through her invention of the laser phaco probe. Now let's talk about it. Her invention If you want to show her invention, Lance, I think I sent you a visual with maybe not. Okay, that's fine. Her invention affected the world in several important ways. First, it improved cataract surgery. The laser phaco probe used laser technology to remove cataracts more precisely than many earlier methods, making surgery safer and more effective. Now, keep in mind, before this laser surgery, it was tough. I mean, there was a 50-50 chance that they would damage your eyes worse than, what they were from the beginning. So in a lot of ways, this actually revolutionized and made it safer to have eye surgery, revolutionized that industry. It helped restore vision. Millions of people affected by cataracts have benefited from advances in cataract surgery, allowing many to regain or improve their eyesight. Now, here's the other thing, the point I was making earlier about how we have been taught through religion, where we don't look at any type of spiritual thought, knowledge, or what have you, a statement or script through nature. So again, when you look at her situation and they tell the story about Yeshua causing the blind to see again. There were people who were blind for 30 years that when they had this laser corrective cataract surgery could see again. So here, when you hear, well, you can make the blind see again. Here you have this sister in front of you manifesting something that you regurgitate all the time, but someone has taught you that this was something that was done thousands of years ago, when you have been told that you have this power. And now we have this system in front of us. And this is why the Azul system cannot let our children know who we are. Okay? Because this literally, you're talking about going from darkness to light. Here you have a living person that made the blind see. Okay. And Yeshua said it himself. You shall do greater things than I do. And here we have a sister that helped people who were blind for 30 years see again. Now, if that's not spiritual, I don't know what is. She expanded access to treatment. The technology contributed to making cataract surgery more efficient, which helped eye surgeons treat more patients. Also, she advanced medical innovation. Dr. Bath's work inspired further improvements in laser eye surgery and the field of ophthalmology. It broke barriers in science and medicine. Patricia Bath became the first African-American woman physician, as I said earlier, to receive a U.S. patent for a medical invention in 1988, encouraging future young African-American women, this is the point I was making earlier, that the sky is the limit for them. And see, as I begin to take on the spirit of our ancestors and we resurrect their spirits, because they're not just inventions, okay? They're not just inventions. This is what we fail to realize as well. So, okay, brother. I believe that's it for the visuals. But I just want to mention the fact, too, that her honors, I want to just highlight, she was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame and the National Women's Hall of Fame in recognition of her groundbreaking contributions to medicine and innovation. Her story is widely celebrated as an example of scientific excellence, perseverance, and the power of innovation to improve lives. So yeah, so this is so when we start to go deeper into who our great ancestors were and why they were chosen to impact the world like they did, and why we need to give them their rightful due, because we never give our people their flowers while they're alive. Okay. And even, you know, in their transition state, we still want to deny them the justice that they rightfully deserve. But in a greater sense, the reason why they hide people like Dr. Patricia Bath is because, again, it shows the fallacy in your usage of words like woke, low IQ, these terms, these dog whistles to degrade our people are used. But the bigger issue is that we have the power to overcome this, but we don't want to talk about this. We want to talk about, and there are things that need to be talked about. Don't get me wrong. Okay. There are things that need to be discussed. Everybody, as long as you're staying in your lane and doing what your purpose and mission in life is fine. But we're using too much of our energy. You don't ever have to explain to anybody, I don't give a damn who it is, why you choose to spend your money where you spend. I don't know why Black people feel like we have to defend when generations of people that come to this country disrespect us. Their children get to live in a white privileged world off of the fiat from Black hardworking dollars. So but again, this is part of our incubation stage. When the fact that we have awakened, and now this spirit, which includes our great inventors that we resurrect, it's moving us back to the North Star, our helical rising, right? But you're always going to have the ones pulling your tail back, right? Lance, I believe you like to describe this behavior in our people. And it's so crazy because what happens is the very things that we should, be proud of, that we see in other brothers and sisters, we despise. But you didn't become that way overnight. You were taught this way. Okay.
Exactly.
And this is one of the things that hold us back as well, is that this jealousy and enviousness that we have of each other that was put into us, because this is not in our chakras. I don't care how much you want to be like. This is not in our chakras, okay? And let me make this very plain. If you are a eumelanin individual, I don't care what you want to call yourself, you are connected to this energy. If you choose to disconnect from it, then that's on you, but you're going to suffer the consequences that come with that. Mm-hmm. Because what you're saying without realizing is you're cursing the creative creatrix spirit. Why did you make me this way?
Yep.
Okay. Or you know what I'm saying? Or you're accepting the fact that I want to be like this image of this man and woman that's put before me everywhere I look, instead of my real creator. That's what you're saying without really knowing it. And so when you go in there and you do that, and they see that, and see now that they have us in a certain position, which is really great. We all know, Lance, that not just on a personal level, but more on a collective level, is you cannot rise through the same mechanism that put you in that condition in the first place. That's insane.
Right.
So you have to completely, and I know that we have to stay connected to the system in terms of the socioeconomic aspect, but we've got to learn how to compartmentalize these things. Not your whole life consumed by this one particular bubble that they have you in. We need to start reaching out. Now, all of a sudden, we're discovering that there are other Black businesses that do the same thing that we've been giving billions of dollars to other people for. Mm-hmm. It's like I say all the time. It's like Darth and the Wizard of Oz. Well, you had the opportunity to go home all the time. All you had to do is tap your heels. But you went through all of these things on this journey. Okay, you went through all of this because you didn't read the signs along the way. So I think I'll end the program with that one, my brother.
Yes, brother. Very much a brilliant thing as always. And I'm soaking it in. And I do have to say that I appreciate the spirit on how you just, I mean, who's next? You'll know when you come back to the show. What I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
You have a knack for bringing this to light. And I love it. Let's just keep it going as much as we can, because there are countless members of our community worldwide who have done so many great things, and we just like getting the acknowledgement. We need to tag it and put it out there, you know.
Oh yeah, no question.
These, when the so-called Black History Month, which is the Black History Year, comes out, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Even more and talk about it and challenge the teachers out there and educators out there to talk about these people. Like, why can't we talk about, you know?
Yeah, why can't we talk about Patricia Bath? That is insane. Why isn't she in the history books? That is absolutely, brother, when you think about 28 to 30 million people get this surgery every year. Over 130 million living people on the planet have benefited from this one sister's invention. And see, sometimes we underscore the greatness of the creatrix spirit. This is why she's always under attack. And so this is also open, because it's one thing when you write things down, but what I'm finding is when you resurrect their actual spirit, it's like just like how Hollywood causes actors like Denzel and some of our great sisters who are actresses or whatever, and they take on that persona. I'm kind of enjoying that too with this series we're doing. Because of course I'm not a female, right? But I can channel the creatrix spirit.
Right.
And so it's a real good, it's like a liberating feeling. You talking about getting the Holy Ghost. Boy, let me tell you, Dr. Patricia Bath gave me that this weekend, because I really felt her spirit. I also felt what it must have felt like knowing that you couldn't achieve this great invention that was given to you, to impact the world. And you had to go to a whole nother country to achieve that. And when you think of the magnitude of that,
but when
she could have failed.
You could think about how racism has halted so many things from the world simply because they didn't want to see someone who is melanated achieve something that, how many people had cataract surgery who are Caucasian in America?
Bruh, that's who got the money to do it.
You can see your family. You can see your grandchildren. You can see a sunset. And this little...
And after 30 years. After 30 years.
Right.
So somebody tell you to read a scripture about someone, and I'm not downplaying this, causing the blind to see. Well, what about this sister? She's doing greater things. She's resurrecting people that have been blind 30 years, huh?
Also imagine when she was pursuing this greatness before she went to the other country, and she walks in. Okay, you know the system is against women. and you know they're
Right.
really against black women and
Oh
black
yeah,
men.
doubly.
She,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think that she's there to clean the floors. They think she's a janitor.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Or a secretary. Yeah. Oh yeah. You faded out, Lance.
Yeah, no, I know.
You went blank for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just saying, could you imagine what she had to go through in the comments all the while?
I couldn't imagine.
With this greatness inside of her. See?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine. And you know, again, just the fact that she was a woman and a black woman. And so this is one of the real reasons behind their absolute hatred for the creative spirit, because they know, as the mother, the womb of the planet and the universe, that it has the ability to just make things happen that is like black girl magic. Okay, but so this is one of the reasons why they keep them focused on like the young sister who tragically went to Africa and was unalive. Yeah. They're trying to put a new spin on it now, but at the same time, regardless, you know, it's like that's the only avenue that they're pursuing now. And now that they have social media and Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, what have you, it's really every day that they wake up, instead of thinking like Dr. Patricia Bath, well, what can I do to make the world better? And they're thinking about, well, how many hits or likes am I going to get today? How many people am I going to have focus on my beautiful body? And how many people that I'm going to, you know, seduce today to make them contact. So that's again, brother,
big time here in Africa, in Ghana, that's happening here big time.
Wow,
big time.
How so?
Yeah. Because the economy is not good for the people who are not stable, and it's not really good for the people who do have good sounding jobs. They don't compare to America. I'm not saying America is better, but what they live on here across the board, you'd be surprised. And so now the big thing here has been TikTok. And a lot of these young ladies who will appear to be not into those things, they get on heavy makeup and wigs, tight skirts, short skirts, thongs. They dance a little bit. They always got to turn around and show their backside. Shake that a little bit. Look in the comment sections. Oh, please give me a number. Oh, I want to pay you. Oh, I want this. And this is how a lot of them are getting money. They get a lot of attention, but they're getting money too. And it's cyber prostitution, but they won't think of it that way.
That's a good term.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I thought it was the same thing too. I'd said digital prostitution. It was the same thing.
Same thing.
Where,
and
you know,
when I first got here, I always wondered why a lot of these young ladies wanted. See, you don't have unlimited internet on the phones here like you do in America, where you pay you get all you want. This is like filling a gas tank, right? You top up your phone with so much data, so many gigabytes, and then it runs down. So a lot of these women that I've met and young girls in the street that are selling things, or just in passing, they may turn around. They'll try to dress it up. I'm gonna let you go after this. They'll dress it up and say, my grandmother is very sick in Kumasi. That's the second biggest city in Ghana. This is a crime.
I heard.
And I cannot call her. I need data. I need data for my phone. Please.
Oh, wow.
You know how many grandmothers out here dying? And they're lying about it to get money out of you so they can top off their phones and get on TikTok.
Wow.
And you have mobile money. You have where you can punch your bank account through your phone number if you're signed up to that app and transfer money. So they'll say, could you?
Like Zelle.
I want, yeah, exactly the same thing. I need food.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's digital or cyber prostitution. Lots of times they don't even have to go out on the street or meet a person. They just send some pictures of themselves and get money back for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Girls would beg me. They're in passing. They're calling to you. Think they're selling something in the street. They're selling fruit. No, it's okay. I don't need fruit. No, please give me a little data for my phone. I need something for my phone. Why are you a crackhead for the phone? Because you get on TikTok and you can seduce these men and get money. I'm going to tell it.
Wow.
It's bad.
It's
real bad.
What? Just when you thought the cataracts were coming off, huh? It seemed like we need a big laser over there. Well, all right, my brother. Well, hold on to the belts. And the family, you guys stay strong. And we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep talking about the great inventions of our great ancestors.
Yes, always, brother. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and love, brother.
Much love and peace. Thank you so much, brother.